phone. It's like trying to do play-by-play at a golf tournament or something. Yeah, how are you guys doing? All right, good evening, Rampage family. Welcome back. Game 2 of the weekend. Rampage coming off of a big win last night at home. Tonight's game, we are up in Big Bear Arena, which is home of the Colorado Thunderbirds. So it's a home and home weekend, and this is our night in their home. And for those of you who remember from games before, it's very quiet in this room up here that we watch from, which is not my favorite, but it is what it is. And there are some stanchions here in the windows that are going to block our view, and there's just not a fantastic spot to put the camera. So we do the best we can with what we have to work with. Warm-up period is complete. We will get going here shortly. Yeah, I have asked about sitting on that thing before. It's been a little while, but
They never let us.
yeah, and it's a liability thing, and it's fine. I mean, I don't blame them. We'd have a better viewpoint from up there. But. All right, out on the ice to get us started for period number 1, we've got Drexel, Judkins, Root, Espirito, Bennett, and Ryder Shields in net. 20 minutes up on the board. Looks like it'll be the same format we had last night, 20-minute periods with a cut in between each. And here we go for period 1. Thunderbirds win the draw back into their own zone on the far side. A little back and forth at neutral and bounces out to Root. Root's into the zone, holds up. Shot goes just wide of the net. It's back behind the T-Birds net. Judkins comes in to do battle. Gets pinned up against the wall. T-Birds are going to clear it to the far wall. T-Birds send it back into their zone to regroup. Across to the near side. Up and out to neutral ice now. They're going to turn, take the red line, send it to the Rampage zone. Bennett has it on his stick. Up the wall on the far side to Judkins. Judkins takes the red line, sends it over to Banyan on the near side. Banyan driving down into the corner. Puck comes up to Lester, takes a slap shot, goes wide of the net, ends up on the far wall. T-Birds with the puck. They send it up and through, and then White sends it off the wall on the near side. It's into the T-Bird zone. T-Birds have the puck. Across the red line into the Rampage zone on the near side. Shot, and Shields gets a piece, and now gets sent up and out to neutral ice. T-Birds with it back. Back into the Rampage zone. Gets poked up to the blue line, but not out. T-Bird's turn, goes off a skate up into the corner in the near side. T-Birds work it up to the point on the far side. Shot, body's in the way, ends up in the corner. Puck down low in the corner. Back down into the corner now. To the far side. Up the wall, and he gets cleared up and out to neutral ice. T-Birds are going to regroup. Rampage get a change. Cross ice pass and into the Rampage zone. Shields is going to hold it up, leave it for White behind the net. White comes up, sends it up the near side wall for Whittingham. Whittingham wrangles it in. He's into the zone. Puck comes up, and then T-Birds are going to pull it out of the air, skate up and out of the zone into the Rampage zone on the near side. Puck comes up to the point and out. T-Birds send it back in. They're going to have to tag up. They do so. Bisley skates to the near side. Bisley up the wall for Whittingham. Whittingham has to skate back, wrangle it in. Over. Oh, Rampage pass deflects towards Shields. Shields have to make a save on the Rampage boys. Fewer takes the red line. He's going to dump it in. T-Birds with it in their own zone down low, back behind the net. Up the wall on the far side, comes up and through, and we get a whistle for icing. 17:23 left in period number 1. Face off in the T-Bird zone. On the ice, we've got Flanagan, Foster, Rahosian, Bennett, and Espirito. T-Birds win the draw into the corner. They're going to pick it up, skate it to the near side. Puck goes around to the far side, up and out. It's into the Rampage zone. They're waving it off. Play will continue. Espirito comes back for it. It's pinned up back behind the net. Brings it to the near side for Rahosian. Rahosian backhands it off the wall. Flanagan's coming through. Gets held up on the way in. That was interference if I've ever seen it. Puck's going to go to the far wall. Up and out of the zone. Lester with the steal. He's going to dump it in. Rampage have to tag. Up the far wall, Drexel takes it away. He's going to turn with it, sends it for Judkins. Shot goes off a boot, and T-Birds wrangle it in. They're going to go back behind their net and regroup. T-Birds up from behind the net, out of their zone on the near side, through neutral and into the Rampage zone. Centering pass ends up on the far side corner. Drexel has it on his stick. He passes it up to Root. Root's going to dump it in. Rims around to the far side, up the far wall, and we have a whistle for something. We have a whistle for a slash to the Thunderbirds, but I didn't see it, and it's really difficult sitting up here because you can't hear a lot of what's going on either. But with 16:13 left in period number one, Rampage are on the power play. On the ice, we've got Dormer, Friedis, Whittingham, Banyan, and White. Rampage win the draw up to Banyan at the point. He skates down the wall. T-Birds get sticks on it. Banyan sends it over to the near side. Friedis goes after it in the corner. Lost side of the puck. Up the wall for Whittingham. Sends it back down the wall to Friedis. Friedis turns on the near side. Down low for Banyan, up to White. White takes a shot. Goalie turns it aside. It's bouncing around on the far side, still loose. Comes up the near side wall. And it's up and out. T-Birds with it. They're going to take the red line. They chip it in. They're going to go for a change. With 1:18 left on the power play. Rampage are going to get a change out on the ice as well. White has it behind his net. Across to Root on the far side. Root's up the wall. Into the zone. Shot goes off a boot, up and over, down into the corner. Battle for the puck on the near side wall, and I can't see it. It comes up to Lester at the point. Cross to Root. Quick shot. Goalie gets a piece. It goes back behind. Whitted wrangles it in down low in the far corner. Sends it up the wall for Root. Root makes a move. Looks down low. Feeds it up to Lester at the blue line. Quick shot. Goalie has it. He's going to hang on. We get a stoppage. We'll get a face-off in the T-Bird zone. 14:54 left in period number one and 41 seconds on the power play. Looks like we'll leave the same power play unit out on the ice. Whitted, Drexel, Sarver, Lester, and Root. Puck goes back into the corner. Around to the near side. Quick shot. Goalie has it. Is going to hang on. We'll get another face-off in the T-Bird zone. 30 seconds left on the power play. 14:42 in the period. And we'll get a change of the power play unit. Out on the ice, we've got Banyan, Friedis, Whittingham, White, and Dormer. T-Birds get the puck. They're going to clear it the distance. Shields is going to hold it up, leave it for White. White skates out from behind his net up to Friedis on the near side. Cross ice for Dormer. The linesman just fell down right in front of Dormer. Puck comes up to the blue line. White skates in, takes a shot, goes off a skate, ends up in the near side corner. Puck down low. Friedis is going to get there behind the net up to Dormer. Shot taken, goes wide, ends up on the near side wall. And the T-Birds are back at full strength. Off the wall, Whittingham takes a shot, deflects up into the net. Oh, no, not into the netting, excuse me. Still in play. T-Birds clear it out. A little back and forth. T-Birds pick it up in their own zone. Over to the near side. Into the Rampage zone. Gets poke checked up and out. Banyan turns around. Banyan coming back the other way. He's got Roberts with him. Tries to feed it through. T-Birds get a stick on it. Send it up the wall on the near side. Espirito sends it in from up high. Down into the corner. Flanagan turns, sends a shot. And I think the net came off. It looked like it did on the last save. 13:31 Left in period number 1, we get a stoppage. We'll have a face-off in the T-Bird zone. On the ice, we've got Foster, Roberts, Flanagan, Espirito, and Bennett. T-Birds come out of the pile with it. They skate up and out of the zone. Across the red line, they're going to chip it in the Rampage zone. Bennett sends it around the boards to the far side. It comes up and out, and off the linesman, Flanagan has it. He's into the zone. Down low, Roberts chases it into the corner. Still tied up down low in the corner. And Flanagan pulls it out of the corner, sends it up low to high up to Bisley. Bisley sends it down the wall into the near side. T-Birds with the puck. They're up and out of the zone, across the red line into the Rampage zone. Centering pass, and puck ends up going just wide of the net. Puck out to the near side, comes up to the point, and fanned on it. And now Flanagan's going to clear it up and out. T-Bird send it back in. Shields holds it up, goes to the far corner. And Drexel picks it up, bounces up and out of the zone. T-Bird send it in. They have to tag. They do so. Bisley sends it to the near side for Root. Root backhands it off the wall into the zone, and now T-Bird send it up and out again. Cross ice to the far side, and it gets chipped back at neutral ice, a little back and forth, and now White's going to send it over to Lester. Lester takes the red line. He's going to dump it in hard. Puck rims around to the far wall. Takes a weird bounce off the wall. T-Birds with the puck. Quick steal by Judkins, centering for White, whose stick broke on him on the shot. Oh, that's a heartbreaker. T-Birds back into the zone, and Lester lays down in front of a pass to break that one up. Root's got it. He's coming back the other way, up and out of the zone, into the T-Bird zone on the far side. Quick move, backhands the puck up and into the netting and out of play. 11:34 left in period number 1.
Mike, you're trying to be so quiet. You should just let it go. Let it go, Mike.
I should. I can't do it. It's like being in the library. I'm worried that I'm going to get shushed. Out on the ice, we've got Whittingham, Whitted, Sarver, Bennett, and Espirito.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Puck down low into the corner, up the wall on the far side, up and just out of the zone. T-Birds wrangle it in. They're coming back the other way into the Rampage zone on the near side. Skate to the far side, up to the point, send it down the wall. Bennett's got it. Flips it up in the air, just out of the zone. T-Bird send it back the other way. They're into the Rampage zone again. Shot from the point. Shields is going to hang on to it. 11:07 left in the first. We'll get a face-off in the Rampage zone. Out on the ice, Banyan, Freitas, Dormer, Fewer, and Bisley. Puck down low into the corner. Bisley picks it up, sends it up the wall. It comes up and out. Bounces into the T-Bird zone. Freitas keeps it in the zone, chases it down low into the corner. Puck bounces across to the far side, up the far wall. Dormer's going to turn with it, feeds it back down the wall. Comes up to Bisley, over to Fewer. Down the wall, Freitas picks it up. He sends it back down low behind. Dormer makes a quick move, tries to backhand and tuck it short side, and the goaltender is up to the task. So we get a stoppage. 10:38 left in period number 1. We'll get a face-off in the T-Bird zone. Out on the ice, Drexel, Judkins, Root, Lester, and White. Puck bounces around. T-Birds pick it up, send it over to the far side. They're out of the zone, cross the red line, dump it into the Rampage zone in the near side corner. off the wall, and now Judkins picks it up, skates to the far side, gets pinned up on the far wall, and then White gets there, sends it up and out of the zone. Back to a T-Birds player now in their own zone. Up the near side wall into the Rampage zone. Play will continue. White sends it up the boards on the far side. Over to Lester. Across the red line, into the T-Bird zone. Back out. Espirito's got it at neutral ice. He's going to dump it in. Rampage going for a change. Goaltender sends it up the near side. Espirito's there pinching in. Drives it down low. And T-Birds have the puck in the corner. Bounces up and out. Loss of the puck in the T-Bird zone. Sarber was not quite close enough, but he was looking for it. Puck bounces out to neutral. T-Birds chip it in. That was behind the red line. That was icing, but play will continue. Comes up and out. Whitted pokes it. He's into the zone now. Sauce pass looking for Whittingham. He wrangles it back in. Puck comes right out front, and the goaltender is going to cover it up. And we get a stoppage. 9:20 left in period number one. Face off in the T-Bird zone. We'll get some fresh skaters on the ice. We've got Foster, Roberts, Rahosian, Fewer, and Bisley. Puck into the corner. T-Birds with it on their stick. They send it across to the far side. They're going to chip it into the near side corner. Sent up, bouncing around, and not out of the zone. T-Birds hold it in at the blue line. And now Roberts has it on his stick. He skates it out of the zone. And we have a penalty coming to the T-Birds. I think it must be.
High stick?
I just can't.
That's what he did, was high stick.
Did he make that motion? I didn't see, but I can't see anything through this netting that's on the other side of the glass.
I hate white netting.
It does look like with 8:55 left of the first Rampage, you're going to be on the power play. Out on the ice, we've got Frieda, Spanian, Whittingham, Dormer, and White. I believe based on the results I was seeing afterwards, it looks like Roberts might have taken a stick to the face, and we think that the goalie signaled high sticking. So that's what I'm going with. Don't hold me to that. But what I do know is we've got 8:55 left in the first Rampage. We're on the power play.
And I'm like, they're Jolly Ranchers, but she calls them Californios.
Puck comes up and out of the zone. White's got it back in his own zone. Up to Freitas on the near side wall. Freitas sends a pass across for Dormer. He's into the zone on the far side. Dormer down the wall. Into the corner now. Back behind the net to the near side. Dormer leaves it for Freitas. Freitas going the other way. Leaves it for White. White drives down into the circle. Sauces it across for Whittingham. Shot taking goalie with a save. Secondary shot. Third shot. I'm not sure how many made it through, but the goalie stopped all of them so far. Puck is down low. Up to Freitas. Quick shot. Body's in the way. Still bouncing around out front to the near side wall. And puck goes down low into the corner. Rims around to the far side. Play will continue as this is a penalty kill for the T-Birds. 1:07 left on the power play for the Rampage. We'll get a fresh power play unit out on the ice. White has it behind his net. He's going to send it over to Root on the far side. Root skates up and out. Backhands it over for Drexel. Drexel's into the zone. Quick shot. Goalie turns it aside. It goes to the far wall. Bouncing on Root. He has to try to knock it down. It comes up to the point, but not out. Drexel keeps it in. Whitted knocks it down, holds it up on the wall. He's going to turn and look. Whitted leaves it for Drexel. Drexel sauces it across for Lester. It goes off a stick, comes out of the zone. Lester up to Drexel on the near side. Drexel's into the zone, sauces it across for Root. Root centers the pass, sticks in the way. It ends up in the near corner. Up to Lester at the point, over to Whitted. Whitted sends it in, deflected off of a stick, ends up in the near side corner. Puck comes up to Lester at the point, sends it back down the wall. Comes back to him. Down to Drexel. Drexel off the wall. He's going to turn and look over to Lester. Lester to Root. Root with a quick shot. Body's in the way. Ends up in the corner. Sarver up to Root at the point. Root's going to drive down into the circle. Quick shot. Body's in the way. Goes up and over. Over to Root on the far side. T-Birds are back at full strength, by the way. They take the red line. They're going to dump it in. Shields holds it up. Sends it up the wall on the far side. Puck comes up and out. Rampage are getting a change, so nobody can touch it. Over to the near side. Shot goes wide of the net. Comes up the wall. Up and out of the zone now. A little back and forth. Right at neutral ice. Rahosian has it. He takes the red line. He's going to dump it into the far corner. Puck comes up the wall. Rahosian pulls it off the wall. Sends it to the point. Bennett drives back down low. Gets pinned up on the wall. T-Birds have it on their stick. They're going to skate to the near side. Now they send it back over to the far corner. Up the wall on the far side, comes out of the zone. T-Birds regain the puck, skating through. They're into the Rampage zone. It looked offside to me. Puck, or the shot goes up and over and ends up back behind the Rampage net and into the far corner now. Up to the blue line center. T-Birds send it down low. Puck to the far wall. Judkins gets a stick on it. He's going to clear it up in the air. Hits a T-Birds player in the back who loses sight of the puck. He had it in his skates. That's like a terrible feeling. Puck comes off the wall. Foster gets there. Puck on the far wall now. It's poked down low. T-Birds have it. Roberts is going to get there. Sends a pass across. Off the wall. T-Birds get to it, and now Fewer turns it around. Drexel skates into the zone. Over to Fewer. Fewer takes a shot, goes wide of the net. Foster's there, bounces off his stick, and then comes out of the zone. Roberts is going to dump it hard and go to the bench for a change. Puck down low in the corner. T-Birds with it. They turn, send it across the far side, and then down low. Puck is up and out. Bisley turns around, dumps it in from the red line. Bounces to the near side, centering attempt, and it stays in the corner. T-Birds pick up the puck. They send it hard into their own bench from behind the net. Faceoff will be back in the T-Bird zone. 4:24 left in period number 1. On the ice, we've got Dormer, Friedis, Whittingham, Lester, and White. Yeah. He's over to Banyan. Banyan's into the zone. Shot taken, body in the way, and then he's got backhanded towards the goaltender who knocks it down and sends it to the far side. Puck comes out of the zone. T-Birds coming back the other way. Shot taken. Shields with the save. It's going to bounce out to Dormer. Dormer wrangles it in over to Lester on the near side. Into the T-Bird zone. T-Bird's goaltender is going to hold it up for his defenseman. Puck comes up out of the zone. Espirito makes a move. He's into the zone. Puck goes across to the far side. Turn fired. Whitted takes a shot, goes wide, and now Sarver sends it. It ends up on the near side point. Comes up and out of the zone. Bennett's going to have to race back. Play will continue. Puck rims around to the far side boards. T-Birds get there at the point, send it back down. Oh, Bennett with it on the near side up the wall. T-Birds pinching in. Battle for the puck on the near side boards. T-Birds pull it off the wall. Send it into the corner. Bennett ties things up back behind the net. Whitted comes in to help out. Puck goes up to the point. T-Birds send it back down again. Bennett is waiting. He makes a quick move out of the corner. Over to Sarver. Sarver sends it just behind off the wall. Whittingham comes to it. It's into the T-Bird zone. Sarver picks it off, sends it to center. Nobody home. T-Birds have the puck. Judkins in on the forecheck. T-Birds out of the zone on the far side. They sauce it across. Goes off of his stick into the Rampage zone. Bisley sends it into the corner for Fewer. Fewer makes a move in the corner. He's got a player on him, and it comes up but not out. T-Birds keep it in the zone, send it over to the point on the far side. Puck down low into the corner. Judkins tries to send it up the wall, doesn't get very far. Tied up down low, and we've got a penalty coming to the Rampage, it looks like. Puck comes up and out. T-Birds have pulled their goaltender, added an extra attacker. T-Birds reset behind their net.
It was open now. Okay. I think maybe it looked like they went on.
Pass comes through. It doesn't connect. That should be icing. We get a whistle. We have a stoppage with 2:40 left in period number 1. Rampage are going to be on the penalty kill. There's a big kerfuffle down in the corner, waiting to see what the call is. They're calling a cross check, it looks like. Out on the ice to get us started. And the faceoff's going to be just outside the T-Bird zone as it ended on the icing. Out on the ice to get a start on the PK, we've got Whittingham, Whitted, White, and Lester. Whitted, Whittingham, White. That's www.penaltykill.com. And we've got further discussion, but I don't know what.
And I like them too, but they're kind of a good mix. Yeah, to change up. I like the blueberry and the dark chocolate sea salt bars. Those are like bars are what like Ryder takes.
I don't know what the holdup is. Whittingham is just going to send it low into the corner. Whitted chases it down on the forecheck. Whittingham picks it up. He's in the zone. Rampage are shorthanded in the T-Bird zone right now. Whittingham being an absolute pest on the puck in the corner. T-Birds have regained control. They're going to skate up and out of the zone, drop it down low to the trailer, into the Rampage zone, gets poke checked, and so T-Birds have to tag up. They do. Send it to center, and they're into the Rampage zone, down low in the far wall. Whitted sends it and is going to clear it the distance. 1:16 left on the penalty kill, 1:29 in the period. T-Birds with it behind their net, up the near side wall. They're going to dump it in hard. It bounces right out front, takes a fortunate bounce, and we get a stoppage. 1:15 left in the period, and we've got 1:01 on the penalty kill. The net came loose, so we get a stoppage. It got dumped in and took the weirdest of bounces right out front.
They shouldn't because he made the move towards that.
Out on the ice, we've got Freitas, Bennett, Dormer, and Espirito on the penalty kill. Puck comes up and out of the zone. Thunderbirds, and it was the same player that came in and tagged up. That actually should run as an intentional, but it won't. 1:11 left in the period, 57 seconds left on the penalty kill. Same crew out as before. Goes to a T-Birds player, sent back across to the near side, held up at the point. Move made across the blue line to the far side point. T-Birds send it up to the point. They're going to drive it in. Far side wall, down into the corner now. T-Birds still with the puck. Up to the far side point. They're just working that far wall right now. The shot goes off a body and ends up down in the corner on the far side. T-Birds wrangle it back in. Make a move at the circle. They send it up to the point. Hold it in at the point. Down the wall. T-Birds wrangle it in, send the pass across to the near side circle up to the point on the near side. Across the blue line, it stays in the zone, turned, fired, and looks like it went up into the netting and out of play. So 1 second left on the penalty kill, 15.7 in the period. Out on the ice, we've got Sarver, Banyan, Lester, and Bisley. And Judkins is just chomping at the bit to come out of the penalty box. Puck goes down in the corner. Rampage are back at full strength. Up to the point on the near side. Shot taken. Banyan gets in the way of that one. It bounces across to the far side. Judkins and Bisley doing battle, and that will kill the clock for period 1. So your score after 1 is 0-0 in favor of no one, and we will get an ice cut. I'm going to go on mute. I'll check back with you guys in about 10 minutes. All right, folks, welcome back as we get ready to start period number 2. Currently scoreless as we go into the second. Fresh sheet ice, 20 minutes up on the board.
Oh, maybe not like the way you're thinking, but I have to. But not till later. Once you turn 40. Well, it might be cold temperatures for the elementary school. Or 23 by 9 a.m. For like it's sunny. And the buses, when it's cold, the buses. In Canada, they would finally cancel the bus service. Yep. The only thing in our paper is which ours would have any service. Which in February it could. And the only thing we got
All right, out on the ice to get us started here for period number 2. We've got Judkins, Root, Drexel, Espirito, Bennett, and Ryder Shields in the net. Rampage had a lot of good opportunities in the first. Played a good first period. Just couldn't get anything in the back of the net for us. Root picks it up. He skates into the zone to the far side. And shot taken. Goalie turns it aside. It's back behind the net. Drexel sends it up the wall for Root. Root up to the point to Espirito. Comes off of a skate and out of the zone. Bennett sends it back in. Rampage have to tag up. They do so. Drexel's in on the forecheck. TBirds with it behind the net. Drexel ties things up back behind. Puck up the near side wall. T-Bird send it out across to the far side. Espirito gets there. Sends it up through Root's stick and into the T-Bird zone. Play will continue. T-Bird's to the near side, up the wall, off of a stick, into the Rampage zone. Puck goes to the far side. Quick steal by Dormer. He's coming back the other way. Dormer's out of the zone, down the wall on the far side. And Banyan sends the puck up to Freitas. Freitas centers it over to White, goes off a stick, and now down into the corner on the near side. T-Bird skated up and out. They're going to take the red line and send it in. Shields holds it up behind the net. He's going to play it up the near side wall now. Comes up and out. And play will continue. T-Bird send it up the wall on the near side. White sends it back in. Rampage have to tag up. They do so. T-Bird skating up and out of the zone on the near side. Quick steal by White. He turns around. He's coming back the other way. Feeds it over to Sarver on the far side. Sarver takes a shot from the top of the point. Goalie makes a save. Puck bounces up and out. And now the two refs. Sorry, shot taken. Shields with the save. Goes up the far side wall. Whitted picks it up off the wall. He skates up and out of the zone. Poke check. And now the puck ends up down low. Whitted gets taken down, headlocked, and saddled up, but no call. Play will continue. Whittingham skates in, takes a shot. Goalie makes a save. He's going to cover up. We get a stoppage. You can't even make those kind of tackles in football. 18:02 left in period number 2. Face off in the T-Bird zone. Yeah. Flanagan, Foster, Rahojan, Bisley, and Fewer out on the ice. Rampage win the draw up to Bisley. Quick shot, goes off a body, ends up at the corner on the near side. Puck up the near side wall, and then Flanagan spins it around, sends it towards the goaltender who's going to cover it up. We get a stoppage. Face off being the T-Bird zone. 17:52 left in period number 2. Same crew out as before. Puck goes down low into the corner. Rahojan ties things up down low. T-Bird send it across to the far side. Fewer gets there, holds it at the point momentarily, and now Rahojan turns and fires it down low. T-Birds pick it up in the near side corner. Battle for the puck down low. Rahojan gets there, And now T-Birds pick it up. Bodies everywhere, and we finally get a stoppage. I think they're sending one of each is kind of what it looks like. It does appear that they're sending one of each. 17:24 left in the period. Faceoff should be in the T-Bird zone because that's where it was when they blew the whistle. Out on the ice to take over will still be 5-on-5. We've got Drexel, Root, Judkins, Bennett, and Espirito. Puck comes up to Bennett. Bennett's going to drive down the wall into the corner. Bennett to the far side. Centering pass comes through off the near side wall. Drexel tries to get there. It goes down into the corner and gets tied up. Judkins and Drexel in the mix. Drexel up to Root. Root sends it down low, just wide of the net, bounces to the far side. Bennett pinches in, leaves it for Judkins. Judkins up to the point to Drexel. Drexel takes a shot. Goalie turns it aside, bounces out to Bennett. Bennett feeds it down the wall. Puck still in the Thunderbird zone. Battle for the puck down low into the corner. It's going to go back behind the net. T-Birds pick it up. Pass to the near side. Up the near side wall. T-Birds up and across the red line into the Rampage zone. Shot goes up and over to the far side. Banyan's going to clear. T-Birds have it in their zone. Send it up the wall on the near side. Off a stick into the Rampage zone. Puck into the corner now. Still in the corner. Comes up to the point on the near side. Back down to Espirito. Feeds it up to Freitas. Freitas looking for Dormer. Dormer picks it up. Drops it for Freitas. Just overskates and now it gets sent out of the zone. Espirito across to White on the far side. White up to Dormer. Off his stick. He's into the zone. Dormer wrinkles it back in. Takes a shot. Goalie makes a save. He's going to hang on. 15:45 left in period number 2. On the ice, Whittingham, Whitted, Sarver, Lester, White. Rampage win it up to the point, over to White on the near side. Shot. Body's in the way. It ends up back behind. T-Bird sent up the near side wall. White holds it in, keeps it in the zone. Sent down into the corner. Sarver's going to chase it, trying to tie things up down low. T-Birds pick it up, skate to the far side. Up the wall, but not out. Whittingham turns around, dumps it back in. It's going to come up the near side to Whitted. Whitted sends it back into the corner. Down low, Whittingham's there. Puck on the near side wall. It ends up back behind the T-Birds net. Sarver gets there, gets tied up on the wall. Whitted comes in to help out. He gets pinned up against the wall as well. Battle for the puck in the corner. Whitted is in there. A couple of T-Birds players. Puck comes across to the near side. Rampage are going to get a quick change. Puck bounces out to neutral. It ends up back in the Rampage zone and into the corner on the far side. T-Birds with it. Skate the blue line out to the slot. Shot taken. Body's in the way. Puck comes up to the point but not out. Back behind. Puck over the near side. T-Birds change direction with it again. They're going to send it up the wall. Just wide of the net. Up to the... Nope, sorry. Goes back behind the Rampage net. Lester pokes it to the far side. T-Bird send it back down below. Bisley gets there. He's going to send it up and out. That should be icing. And it is. We get a stoppage with 14:01 left in period number 2. Rampage will get a chance to change. Face off in the Rampage zone on the ice. We've got Root, Drexel, Judkins, Fewer, and Bisley.
You can use one of those chairs.
Rampage went it back into the corner. T-Birds are going to jump on it. Puck comes up to the point. Root sends it off the wall for Drexel. Drexel's out of the zone. Back to Root into the T-Bird zone. Pass across looking for Drexel just behind. Up to Bisley. Bisley takes a shot. Goalie with the save. Puck comes to the near side point. Drexel keeps it in the zone for now, and T-Birds are going to send it up in the air. Bisley has it in his own zone over to Root on the far side. Root's going to dump it in. Puck rims around to the near side boards. Drexel pinching in, sends it back behind the net. T-Birds with the puck. They send it up the wall, and now it's going to bounce up and out. Drexel wrinkles it in at neutral ice. Cross ice to Bennett on the near side. Over to Root on the far side, into the zone. Shot taken. Goaltender makes a save. And puck gets deflected up. And that was a hit well after the whistle. Puck comes up and out of play. 13:04 left in period number 2. We'll get a face-off right at the center dot. On the ice, we've got Freitas, Dormer, Banyan, Espirito, and Bennett. T-Birds win the draw back into their own zone. Off a stick into the Rampage zone. Play continues. Bennett sends it up the ice on the far side. Banyan's going to clear it. T-Birds send it in, but they have to tag. They do so. They're back into the zone. Espirito has it back behind his own net. Pinched in the far corner. Sent across to the near side. And now Bennett has it, feeds it up, looking for Dormer. Dormer's going to send it into the T-Bird zone. Banyan chases it down low, just over skates. T-Birds pick it up. They change direction back to the near side, and then up the near side wall. Up to the point. White's going to keep it in at the point. Bounces off the boards to the far side. Dormer sends it down into the corner. T-Birds turn and send it into, I thought it went off the netting, but apparently not. Quick shot. Goaltender makes a save. That looked like probably our best opportunity in a while. White makes a move at the point. He sends it in back behind the net. It's going to go to the far side. Centering a pass attempt. It bounces up to White, over to Banyan takes a shot. Puck on the near side, up to White at the point on the near side. Shot. Sails through to the far side. Whitted pinches down. Puck back behind the net now. Bounces out front. T-Birds collect the puck. They're going to turn and send it the distance, and that'll be icing. So with 11:39 left in period number 2, we'll get a face-off in the T-Bird zone. On the ice, we've got Whittingham, Whitted, Sarver, Bisley, and Fewer.
Okay, Mike, we need some more enthusiasm in your voice here, buddy.
Okay, I'll try to pick it up a little bit.
Pick it up a little bit.
I'm just waiting for the old lady to come around and go, shh. Studying my Dewey Decimal System, doing everything I'm supposed to. Puck comes up to Bisley, quick shot. Goalie has it in their glove. We'll get one more just like before with 11:34 left in period number 2.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
Tied up on the draw, goes to the far wall. Sarver feeds it down into the corner. Whitted pulls it out of the corner, centers the pass, bouncing around. It's going to get clear to the near side wall. Up to Bisley at the point. He loses it, comes out of the zone, and T-Birds have a little bit of room and space. Shields with an excellent save on the breakaway attempt. T-Birds send it back in. They're going to have to tag up. Bisley's going to skate it up and out. Across the red line. He's into the T-Bird zone. Quick shot. Goes just wide. Tied up on the far wall. Whittingham sends it up to the point. I think it went off a player on the bench. We get a stoppage with exactly 11 minutes left in period number 2. Face-off will be in the T-Bird zone. I'm sorry, it's going to come out of the zone. I think it was a Rampage player that sent it up into the bench. Out on the ice, we've got Roberts, Flanagan, Foster, Espirito, and Bennett. Up and out of the zone. T-Birds with the puck into the Rampage zone on the far side. Centering pass attempt, sticks in the way. Bennett's coming back the other direction, up to Roberts. Roberts skates through. He's into the zone on the near side, feeds it through. Goaltender with a save. Puck bouncing around, and now T-Birds coming back the other way. Puck on the near side wall. Flanagan's got it. He's up and out of the zone. Takes the red line. He's going to dump it in hard. Puck goes around the boards to the far side. Roberts gets there, pinch it in, keeps it down in the corner. T-Birds clear it up into the Rampage bench and out of play. 10:22 left in period number 2. Face off in the T-Bird zone. Is that tripod giving out? Is it
I think I'm pushing against it because I'm going to the corner over here.
Right.
So I think it's like, okay, I'll go down.
Out on the ice, we've got Drexel, Judkins, Root, White, and Lester. Rampage win the draw over to White on the near side. Shot taken. Goaltender makes a save. It's bouncing around. Ends up in the corner on the near side. Up to the point. White's going to send it back in. Bouncing around. Up in the air. Down in the corner. T-Birds with it on their sticks. Send it up the wall on the far side. T-Birds are out of the zone. Into the Rampage zone on the near side. They send it down low. Lester changes direction for Drexel. Drexel back to White. White up the wall on the far side for Root. Root turns, sauces it across looking for Drexel. Drexel gets tripped on his way off the wall. Play continues. Up to a T-Birds player. Quick shot. Shields with the save. And then he's going to sit on the next one. And we get a whistle. 9:39 left in period number 2. Face off in the Rampage zone. Out on the ice, we've got Freitas, Dormer, Banyan, Bisley, and Fewer. Rampage win the draw. Send it over to the near side corner. Up and out of the zone to the far side now. T-Birds get there. A little back and forth right at neutral ice. And now up to Freitas on the near wall. Freitas is going to backhand it into the zone. And it is played with the high stick, so we have a stoppage. Face-off will be in the T-Bird zone. 9:18 left in period number 2. Out on the ice, we've got Freitas, Banyan, Dormer, Bisley, and Fewer.
I'm going to try something.
You try whatever you want to try. You want me to hold the iPad for a second?
Nope, I'm just going to move it just with one peg.
Okay. T-Birds send it up and through. They've got a breakaway attempt. Quick move. Shot goes up and over. And then the net comes loose and we get a stoppage. Do you want me to take this backpack off?
No, you're good.
Okay.
It makes it a little bit better. Oh, not that one. I was trying something, but I'm going to have the balance of it.
Oh, okay. Out on the ice, we've got Whittingham, Sarver, Whitted, Bennett, and Espirito. Back and behind, Bennett's got it on a stick up to Sarver. Off the stick, out of the zone. T-Bird send it back in. They have to tag up. Shields is going to hold it up over to Espirito. T-Bird's player pinches down low. Whittingham comes in to help out. Puck comes to the near side corner. Puck goes back to the far wall. Battle for the puck down in the corner. T-Birds have it. Send it low to high, and they miss the pass. And it's going to go all the way back into the T-Bird zone. Play will continue. Goaltender leaves it for the defenseman. Sarver's in on the forecheck. Foster's going to come in. Down low. Centers the pass. Nobody home. T-Birds pick it up. They're out of the zone. Foster with a steal. He turns around, sends it back into the T-Bird zone. Puck comes up and back to Sarver, who's going to send it deep. It's back behind the net. Foster puts somebody on the ice. Puck goes to the far corner. Flanagan pinching in on the far wall. T-Bird send it back down low. Around the boards to the near side. Up and not out of the zone. White holds it at the blue line. He's going to skate across to the far side, down into the circle. Centering pass attempt. Back behind. T-Birds pick it up. And a quick steal by Rahojan out to Flanagan. Flanagan tries to wrangle it in. Shot gets blocked, and then White's going to turn and dump it back into the T-Bird zone. Flanagan gets there in the far corner. He's going to send it over the near side for Judkins. Quick shot by Rahosian. Goaltender got a piece of it. It was a nice look, though. Cross to the far side corner, up to the point. Lester dancing with the puck on the far side. Turns around, sends it off the wall to Judkins. Judkins to Root. Root takes a shot, goes wide of the net. Down in the corner, T-Birds are going to turn and send it. This should be icing. Shields is going to hold it up. Sauces it back, trying to catch the T-Birds on a change, I think. Root wrangles it in. He's back the other way into the T-Bird zone on the near side. Root battling down low, sends it up the wall, looking for Bisley. T-Birds steal the puck. They're up and out of the zone now. To the near side and into the corner. Oh,
Yeah.
and
You can just look at this.
it does look like we've got a penalty coming to Bisley. Did anybody see the signal? I didn't see what happened or the call. I don't know. That's what I'm asking. 6:39 left in the second. Rampage are going on the penalty kill. We've got Judkins, Banyan, Espirito, and I think Bennett on the ice. It was Kyle. Pass across to the far side. Up to the near side. Out to the far side point. Shot taken. Shields with the save. It goes down low and tied up down low. T-Bird skated to the near side. They're going to sauce it up to the point. Pass across. It comes out of the zone. Judkins on the forecheck. T-Birds regroup. Back to the near side. They're into the zone. Down low. Tried to stuff it far side, and Shields is going to save it and then cover it up. 5:57 left in period number 2. 1:18 left on the penalty kill. Out on the ice, we've got White, Lester, Freitas, and Dormer.
Just saying.
I totally agree.
So agitating.
They're old enough to. Faceoff's going to come outside the Rampage zone. T-Birds with it. They're going to dump it in, back behind, rims around to the near side, into the corner of despair where I can't see a thing. Comes up to the point and not out of the zone somehow. Bounces off the wall. Freitas gets there. He's up and out of the zone. Feeds it over to Dormer. Dormer's into the zone. Quick shot taken. Goes wide of the net. Ends up on the far wall. Lester sends it into the near side corner, Puck bounces out. Freitas wrangles it in. Over to Lester. Lester with the shot. Goaltender makes a save up into the netting and out of play. Uh, 46 seconds left on the penalty kill. 5:24 in the period. On the ice to take over on the PK, we've got Whittingham, Whitted, Lester, and White. Whittingham sends it back down into the corner. He tries to chase it down low. T-Birds regroup. They're going to set up behind their net. Up and out. Drop it to the trailer and over to the far side. Into the Rampage zone. They're going to send it hard around the boards to the near side. Puck comes up to the point. Back down the wall on the near side. Back out to blue line center. Pass across. Into the corner. Lester gets there, sends it up the wall, unable to clear, bounces out to Whitted, who's going to clear the distance. 4:47 left in the period and 6 seconds left on the penalty kill. T-Birds have it. Nice poke check by Johnny Sarver. T-Birds regain the puck. Back into the zone on the far side. Puck back behind the net now. Battle for the puck. Rampage are back at 5. Tied up on the boards. It comes out to Sarver. Sarver skating through. He's into the T-Bird zone. He's got a little bit of room. Shot taken. Goaltender gets a piece. It goes up and over. It ends up on the far side. And we have a penalty coming to the Rampage again. I think. And Rampage tag up, and we get a stoppage. And with 3:59 left in period number 2, Rampage are going back on the penalty kill. They're calling it interference. So Rampage back on the penalty kill. With 3:59 left in period number 2. We'll see who we get out to get us started. It looks like we're going to have Whitted, Whittingham, Bisley, and Lester. Tied up on the draw, comes up top. Shot taken, goes just wide of the net, ends up on the near side. Battle for the puck on the near side boards, down low. T-Bird skated back behind the net to the far side. T-Bird skated back down the wall. Pass across to the far side, back behind the net. Tied up down low. Bisley gets there. He's going to turn and clear it, and there.
No way.
Rampage got another penalty coming. So with 3:23 left in period number 2, we'll be 5-on-3 for the next minute and 25.
Are we playing soccer or what? Kind of recording. He wasn't off the board 2 feet. Yes, 100%. I hope it is. He called interference on our line, so we're going out. Coach doesn't like it.
Yeah, I don't think that was a good call at all.
Just messing with you.
No, you do whatever you need to do. It's impossible to get a good angle because of
It's like
being this high
slanted on this
up and
direction, not
right.
slanted on this direction.
right,
I'm trying to make it as good as possible, but
right. Out on the ice to get us started on the 3-man defense. We've got Whitted, White, and Lester. Rampage will be 5-on-3 for a minute and 25.
yeah, but still, could have been worse.
T-Birds win the draw up to the point. Puck across the far side, down low, centering pass, comes to the near side, circle. Shot goes up and over, ends up on the far wall. T-Birds are going to wrangle it in. Over to the near side and pass back across to the far wall. Just under a minute left of the 5-on-3. T-Birds in the far circle, feed it down low, bouncing around. White gets there. He's going to send it up and clear it. And just enough for the Rampage to get a couple players changed out. T-Birds coming back through. They're on the far side into the zone. Cross to the near side. Shot taken. Goes up and over and ends up on the far wall. T-Birds are going to hold it up. 30 seconds left of 5-on-3. Shot goes wide and ends up on the near side wall. Over to the far side circle. Back to the near side. Nice poke check by Jack Whittingham to clear the zone. Not enough to get a change. T-Birds wrangle it back in. 10 seconds left on the 5-on-3. T-Birds in the near side. Centering pass. Nice save by Shields. Rampage are at 4. And the puck didn't go in, but it sent the net off again. And so with 1:53 left in the period, Rampage will be on the penalty kill for the next 31 seconds. We'll get a chance to get some fresh penalty killers out on the ice. And those penalty killers are Freitas, Dormer, Lester, and Espirito. goes down low. Lester sends it up the boards of the near side. Battle for the puck on the near side boards. Comes off the wall. T-Birds hold it in the zone. Send it back down into the corner. Pass to the circle. Quick shot. And that one finds the far side corner. So with 1:35 left in the second, T-Birds get on the board first with a power play goal. Fighting off the penalty kill in the second period is even harder than normal because the far line changes to the bench, and our boys did a good job for a while. Oh, that was a snipe of a shot. All right, out on the ice, we've got Drexel, Judkins, Root, Lester, and White. Drexel turns with it. He sends it into the T-Bird zone. T-Birds clear it back out again. Into the Rampage zone now. To the near side. Shot taken, goes back behind, ends up behind the net. Near side corner. And puck comes up and out. It's going to go back into the T-Bird zone. Root's going to chase it in on the forecheck. T-Bird skate to the far side. They're up and out of the zone to the near side now. Dump it in just wide of the net. T-Birds wrangle it in. They're back at neutral ice. Into the Rampage zone. Quick move down low. Back behind the Rampage net now. Sent to the far side. Root turns, tries to clear, goes off of a body and comes right back into the zone. Or stays in the zone, I should say. Up to the point. T-Birds take a shot. Shields turns it aside, and it goes up into the netting and out of play. 23.8 seconds left in period number 2. Rampage down by 1. Face off in the Rampage zone. On the ice, we've got Fewer, Bisley, Banyan, Dormer, Freitas. Down low into the corner. Banyan gets there, sends it up to Dormer off the wall, looking for Freitas. It bounces off the wall, gets stuck on the linesman. Freitas wrangles it back in, sends it across. T-Birds pick that one off, coming back the other way into the Rampage zone, and that one from the top of the circle is going to go in the back of the net with 7.7 seconds left in period number 2. Out on the ice, we've got Sarver, Whittingham, Whitted, Espirito, and Bennett. I actually remembered to do it this time. Rampage win the draw over to Espirito on the far side. Whittingham's going to send it into the zone. Just 2 seconds left. It's down low. Sarver chases into the corner, and time expires. So your score after 2 is 2-0 in favor of the T-Birds. And we'll get a nice cut. Come back for period number 3. All right, folks, welcome back as we get ready to start period number 3. Rampage currently down by 2. 2-goal deficit to overcome here in the third. And then the scoreboard's very unfortunate, but generally speaking, I feel like we've been playing really well and a lot of pressure in their zone. We just can't find the back of the net, and they've managed to a couple of times.
Yeah, that ladder doesn't look amazingly safe over there.
No, I think I'm okay with us not. It's probably better that we're not over there.
Yeah.
All right, out on the ice to get us started for period number 3. Ryder Shields in between the pipes. Up front, we've got Carter Drexel, Mason Root, Michael Judkins, and holding down the blue line, we've got Alex Espirito and Brady Bennett. 20 minutes up on the board. Rampage currently in a 2-goal deficit. Rampage win the draw. Espirito up the near side. Root sends it not quite in. A little back and forth at neutral ice. Cross to the far side wall. TBirds send it up and in. That didn't connect. That should have been icing. Refs aren't ready to go here for period number 3 yet. Shot. Shields with it in his glove. Shields still wondering why that wasn't icing. Yes, as are the rest of us. 1941 left in period number 3. Face off in the Rampage zone. Out on the ice, we've got Lester, White, Friedis, Banyan, and Dormer. You don't have to be quiet. T-Birds win the draw, but it comes up and out of the zone, back into their own zone. Banyan in on the forecheck. T-Birds send it around hard to the near side wall. Lester sends it back into the zone. Rampage have to tag. T-Birds up and out of the zone now. It's into the Rampage zone on the near side corner. Lester sends it up the wall on the near side. Puck comes up and now out of the zone. Dormer pushes it through. It's into comes back out of the zone. Can't see it once right up against the wall here. Lester across for White on the far side. White sauces it across, steal by the T-Birds. And now Frida steals it back, and then the T-Birds steal it back. T-Birds across to the far side. Back up the wall on the near side. They're into the Rampage zone. Back behind the net. White sends it to the far side. T-Birds pinching in. Whitted pokes it up the wall. He's going to wrangle it in. Sauces it across for Whittingham. Whittingham's through. He's into the zone. Quick shot goes off of a skate up into the net and out of play. 18:33 left in period number 3. Face off in the T-Bird zone. Out on the ice, we've got Flanagan, Foster, Roberts, Bisley, and Fewer. T-Bird sent it over to the far side. Flanagan gets there, traps it up with a little bit of help from the official. Puck down low. Foster's got it. Goes off a body, bounces up to the blue line. Bisley takes a shot. Goalie's going to hang on to that one. We get a stoppage. Face off in the T-Birds zone with 18:18 left in period number 3. Fresh skaters on the ice. We've got Drexel, Judkins, Root, Fewer, and Bisley. Puck down low. Judkins doing battle down low. Comes to the T-Birds player on the near side. Up the wall, out of the zone. Fewer's got it. He's going to send it over to Bisley. Bisley up the wall on the far side. Off of Drexel's stick into the zone. Play will continue. T-Birds goaltender sends it up the wall on the near side. Up and out of the zone. Espirito turns it back around again. Takes an elbow to head for his trouble. T-Birds back up to the near side wall.
Oh, shootout loss. There's your 1. There's your 10. Very nice. Okay.
shootout loss, and they had a shootout win.
Okay. Yeah, that was, yeah.
Bennett's going to flip it way up in the air. Roots in the zone. It bounces down low. T-Birds send it back up and out of the zone and into the Rampage zone. Back behind the net. Bennett sends it up the near side wall. Dormer tries to get there. Back to Bennett. Bennett turns around to the far wall. T-Birds pinching down low. Trapped on the boards. Still in the corner. Up and out of the zone, but it was off of a T-Bird stick, so play will continue. T-Bird's goaltender sends it off the near side boards. Takes a weird bounce, comes back down low, up to the point, up and out of the zone. White has to race back for it. He's got a player on him. He skates to the far side, sends it up the boards on the far side, off the wall. And then Dormer gets a stick on it. It bounces into T-Bird zone. T-Bird send it up and out. That doesn't connect and should be icing. And we get a whistle. Face-off being in the T-Bird zone with 17:07, 6. They still haven't stopped the clock. They finally did. Lost about 3 seconds on that one.
And technically, the other goal should have counted because they have not been stopping the clock.
Oh, I mean, out on the ice, we've got Whittingham, Whitted, Sarver, Fewer, and Bisley. Puck over to the near side. Changes direction over to the far corner. Over to the near side corner. Puck rims around to the far side. Bisley gets there, keeps it in the zone. Whitted in the corner, tries to center it. Whittingham picks it up, loses a handle, and then up to Bisley, takes a shot, goes up and over to the near side wall. T-Birds with the puck on the far side. Sauce it across to the near side, bounces around, and then Fewer sends it back behind the Rampage net, goes to the far side. T-Birds pick it up. Puck bouncing around. Whittingham's going to get there. He skates it up and out. Feeds it over to Flanagan. Flanagan's going to flip it way up in the air to the near side corner, and I think it hit the ceiling. And we get some pushing and shoving well after the whistle. .16:02 left in period number 3.
I'm going to tell her that. You know what she said?
Faceoff's going to come outside the zone. Out on the ice, we've got Rahojian, Foster, Flanagan, Espirito, and Bennett. Nope, I'm sorry. The faceoff's going in the zone. Rahojian picks it up out of the pile, drives it to the near side corner. And we have a penalty coming. And I think T-Birds touched up when the whistle blew, so I think it's on them, but I can't see that corner. So
I couldn't even on my camera either.
Yeah.
I never seen either.
Out on, yeah, it does look like it's going to the T-Birds. So with 15:45 left in period number 3, Rampage will be on the power play. Out on the ice, we've got Banyan, Whittingham, Dormer, Freitas, and White. T-Birds clear it up and out. Dormer wrangles it in a neutral ice, backhands it to Freitas. Freitas over to the far side to White. White cutting through. He's into the T-Bird zone on the near side wall. White makes a move down low. Puck bouncing around, ends up back behind the net. Comes up the near side wall. Trapped by Freitas. Freitas turns with it. Turns, fires, goes off a skate. It's going to bounce up and out of the zone. Whittingham at neutral ice with it. Back into the zone. He's going to regroup. Leaves it for Lester back behind the net. Lester is going to reset and regroup behind the Rampage net. Skates to the far side. Pass up to Drexel. Drexel back to Lester. Lester's through. He's into the zone. Move to the near side. Shot taken. Goaltender makes a save. Puck is down low, rims around to the far point, held by Root. Root loses the handle. T-Birds now pick it up. They're coming back the other way into the Rampage zone, into the near side corner. T-Bird still with the puck. Trapped down low in the corner. Only 42 seconds left on the power play. Drexel picks it up, sends it back to Lester. Lester up, pass doesn't connect, and now T-Bird send it back into the zone. Lester picks it up. Drexel picks it up, sauces it up, looking for Whitted. Whitted back into the zone with it. He's going to skate behind his net and regroup. Makes a move to the near side. Whitted's going to come up and out. Whitted's through neutral, into the T-Bird zone on the far side. Holds up on the far wall, and yeah, T-Birds are going to send it the distance. 4 seconds left on the power play. That'll just about do it. Bisley picks it up, back behind his net, skates to the near side. T-Birds are back at full strength. Coming back the other way, shot goes up and over and out of play. 13:37 left in period number 3. Face off in the Rampage zone. Out on the ice, we've got Judkins, Roberts, Flanagan, Bisley, and Fewer.
I mean, I know. There's a lot that we still need to figure out.
Face off back into the corner. Fewer sends it up the wall and into the bench and out of play. We have another face off in the Rampage zone.
Yep. Oh yes, right. Yeah. Well, maybe you can still, yeah. And I, Phoenix. That's why it's not a June or July. Right. Though it would have been sooner.
Puck goes back into the corner, sent around to the near side, up the near side wall. Roberts tries to wrangle it in, loses the handle. T-Bird send it back into the Rampage zone. Bisley to the near side to Fewer. Poke check. T-Birds recollect the puck. Up to Roberts. Roberts out for Flanagan. Flanagan takes the red line to the far side. Puck ends up in the far corner. Back behind the T-Birds net now. Off the wall, Flanagan with the shot. Goaltender turns it aside, goes to the far wall. Roberts picks it up, skates it down into the corner. Doing battle down low. Flanagan's in the mix as well. Up to the point, back down again. T-Birds with the steal. Up and out of the zone. Off the wall, Roberts is going to backhand it into the zone and go to the bench for a change. Dormer's in on the forecheck. Puck comes up to Espirito at the point. Sends it down the wall. Off the wall now, bouncing around. Dormer sends it into the far corner. Banyan down for Freitas, bouncing around. T-Birds have it.
Right there.
T-Birds recollect back behind their net. Take it to the far side, up and out of the zone. Bennett's going to wrangle it in. Over to the near side for Dormer. Into the zone. Down the wall. Centering pass. Turn fire. Goaltender made a save. Banyan up for Dormer. Unable to get the shot off. And now Bennett sends it down to the near side corner. T-Bird's turn. Send it up and out of the zone. It's going to go across to the far side. Espirito has to race forward. He's got a player on him. He avoids the tackle. Sauces it up for Whitted. Whitted turns with it over to Banyan. Banyan back to Whitted. Sent in. Goaltender makes a save. He's going to cover it up. We get a stoppage. 11:33 left in the third. Face off in the T-Bird zone. On the ice, Whittingham, Sarver, Whitted, White, and Lester. Puck goes to the far wall, up to the point, and apparently bounces out. Whittingham has it, sends it back to Lester, over to White. White for Sarver. Sarver turns with it into the zone, skates in on the far side. It's down low, sends the puck around to the near side. T-Birds clear it up and out. White has it on the far side, up off of server stick. It bounces into the zone. Bounces off the wall. T-Birds are just able to clear. Rampage have to tag. T-Birds recollect back behind the net, send it up the wall on the far side. Into the zone on the far side. T-Birds are going to hold up. Centering pass attempt. It gets poked up to the point. Sarver picks it up. He's going to skate up and through. Rest of the Rampage getting a change. Sarver skates down low. Puck comes up and out of the zone. Root's going to backhand it back in. T-Birds have it. T-Birds send it to the far side corner. Bisley comes back, picks it up down low. He turns with it. Bisley up for Drexel. Across the red line into the zone. Back behind the net. Bisley pinching in down low. Puck comes up front. Goalie's got it. He's going to hang on. 10-18 left in period number 3. On the ice, we've got Drexel, Judkins, Root, Fewer, and Bisley. Rampage from the draw. Quick shot. Goes wide of the net. Ends up on the far side. Up and out. Bisley turns it around. Fires it back in. Goaltender holds it up. Back down below. Drexel gets there. Pulls it out of the corner. Turns, fires. Goalie's going to cover it up. We get a stoppage.
Okay.
Come on.
That's excessive.
Call that freaking. Like, oh my God. Freaking drives me nuts.
9:57 left in period number 3. We'll get a face off in the T-Bird zone.
Big guy likes to pick on the little guy. Did he get a penalty? No. Maybe. Yeah, he did. Good. Well, he should have.
We both.
He freaking grabbed it. Oh, Johnny.
They're sending each of us.
Of course they are.
9:57.
Yeah, you could have seen it.
Out on the ice, we've got Foster, Flanagan, Rahojan, Bennett, and Esperito.
Mike's down here petting me again.
It's got a calming effect on me.
He's calming.
I'm trying to calm you and me. Puck comes up and out. T-Bird send it across to the far side. Shields holds it up behind the net, plays it to the near side wall.
Something seems different.
Puck across to the far side. Esperito is going to turn, skate to the near side, back behind the net, sends it over to Bennett. Bennett holds up, looks up to Rahojan. Rahojan skates to the far side. He's going to flip it up in the air and give chase down low. Rahojan gets there, skates it to the near side. Rampage getting a change. A couple players. T-Birds send it across to the far side. They're out of the zone. Up to the top. Shot taken. Shields with the save. Freitas has it. He turns around. It's all by his lonesome into the T-Bird zone. Quick shot. Goalie makes a save. Puck down low into the corner. Back behind the net now. Dormer gets there. Doing battle against the near side wall. It's still back in the corner. Banyan tries to center it across to the far side. White with the shot. Goalie with a save, and he's going to cover it up. And we get a stoppage. 8:34 left in period number 3. On the ice, we've got Dormer, Freitas, Banyan, Lester, and White. Puck around to the near side. It's going to come up and out. Play will continue. White's going to have to rush for it. He's got a player on him. White sends it to the far side wall, up and out of the zone. T-Birds dump it back in. They have to tag up. Shields holds it up for Lester. Comes over to White. White sends it up the wall on the far side. Freitas across for Rampage are offside. They have to hold up. Back to Bisley. Bisley up the near side wall. We got a little bit of Blair Witch Project going on here. Everybody at home's getting seasick.
motion sickness. I'm getting motion
It's
sickness.
7:54.
My poor thing right here is
We
like
get a
saying,
whistle for
stop
icing.
pushing on it.
Face off in the T-Bird zone. On the ice, we've got Whitted, Whittingham, Sarver, Misley, and Fewer.
It's like I can't get too close because it hits the glass and then my camera doesn't move.
Tied up on the draw. It's still in the pile. Bouncing around. T-Birds are going to pull it out of the pile. They skate up and out of the zone, into the Rampage zone. Quick move made. Shields with the save. Comes up top. Whitted sends it up and out of the zone. Sarver gets there. He's into the zone on the far side. Sarver with the shot. Gets a piece into the near side corner. 7:36 left in the third. Face off in the T-Bird zone. Same crew out as before. Back into the corner. T-Birds pick it up. They bring it to the near side. Can't see where the puck is. Looks like T-Bird sent it across to the far side. Up and out of the zone with it. They take the red line, dump it in. Tied up on the near side board, down in the corner. Battle for the puck. Bennett pulls it out of the pile, turns with it in the corner, feeds it up to Whittingham. Whittingham goes off a body, it stays in the zone, and then Bennett's going to skate it up and out. Bennett's into the zone to the far side. Bennett holds up on the far wall, spins, and ends up down in the corner. Rampage getting the change. T-Birds coming up from behind their net. Over to the near side. It does not connect. That should be icing, and it is indeed. We get a whistle face-off of being the T-Bird zone with 6:44 left in period number 3. On the ice, we've got Root, Judkins, Drexel, Lester, and White.
Did you hear him that day? Makes me passionate about icing.
Yes.
I am, but right now they can't hear me anyway, so. T-Birds come up and out of the zone. Down in the Rampage zone near side. Shot taken. Shields with the save. He's going to scoop it up and clear out of traffic. 6:33 left in period number 3. White feeds it up and out of the zone. It's going to bounce into the T-Bird zone. I think play will continue. T-Birds get there first, send it harder on the boards to the far side. T-Birds back into the Rampage zone on the far side. Sauce across to the near. Shields with a nice save. And we get a stoppage because the net came off. 6:25. The clock is running.
Why?
Because
the clock is running.
they can't hear us from down here.
I think Marvin's yelling.
Well, you need to have 5 seconds on.
I think that's what I saw him signaling with his hand, so we'll see.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
15.
Jeez.
That might have been a little excessive, but I'm not going to complain because we need all the time we can get right now. Out on the ice, we've got Bisley, Dormer, Friedis, Banyan, and Fewer. Puck comes up and out. Dormer's got it, sends it across to the near side. It's off the wall. T-Birds flip it up in the air out to neutral ice. Dormer grabs it out of the air. T-Birds take it back, coming back the other way. Picked up down in the corner. Fewer's going to send it up the near side wall, up and out. Dormer wrangles it in for Friedis. Shot taken, secondary shot. Goalie makes a couple of saves. 5:55 left in the period. Bisley back into his own zone for it.
I don't know. I saw that too.
Bisley over to Espirito behind the Rampage net. Espirito comes out the nearest.
Smooth-footed rider.
up the near side off of Flanagan's stick into the T-Bird zone. T-Bird's goaltender holds it up. The near side wall, Espirito sends it in, body's in the way, it bounces out again. T-Birds are going to pick it up. They skate up the near side wall. They send it, doesn't tag up. That'll be icing. 5:16 left in period number 3.
He took the stick to Ryder's skate and friggin' took his leg out. Ref was right behind him.
I'm there too. It's the softest jacket ever. 5:16 left in period number 3 on the ice. We've got Sarver, Whittingham, Whitted, Espirito, and Bennett.
No, I don't know that one. You're gonna have to repeat
I
that
have
one.
heard that before.
You're gonna have to repeat
That
that
is-
one again.
I was trying to be.
You're gonna have to repeat that off microphone.
Loss of handle, centering pass. Whitted's got it. Sends it up and out of the zone. He certainly could have played it. 4:58 left in period number 3. We get a whistle for icing. Face off. We'll be back in the Rampage zone. On the ice, Whittingham, Whitted, Sarver, White, and Lester.
The outdoor rink. Mike was like vibrating.
Oh, I was full body shiver.
I told you what he said. Typically, I'm the one that is like frozen.
Puck across the near side. Whittingham's out of the zone. Takes the red line. He's going to send it into the far corner. Puck to the near side corner.
But sometimes when you get that
T-Birds are going to change direction. They're back behind their net now. To the far side. Up the wall, but not out. White holds it at the point. Down to Whittingham. Whittingham sends it up and out. Bounces down low. Sarver turns to the near side. Up to Lester. Lester with the shot. Oh, that goes. Oh, that did go in. Holy crap. I thought it must have gone off the post. 4:26. 4:26 left in period number 3. Rampage finally get on the board by a goal to Carter Lester for his first time on the 18U team.
Oh my God.
Score is 2-1. 4:26 left to play. Out on the ice, we've got Drexel, Judkins, Root, Bisley, and Fewer.
All right, boys. Come on. That should give them a little. Come on, boys.
Tied up on the draw, comes over to Bisley on the far side. He takes the red line. He's going to dump it in. Puck out to the far wall. Root turns off the wall, comes up to the point. Bisley holds it in, dumps it down low to the near side corner. Judkins in the mix. Puck back behind now. Far side wall. T-Birds with it. T-Birds are going to skate to the near side. Up and out of the zone. Down low into the corner. T-Birds off the wall now. Skate out into the slot. Turn with it. Shot taken. Shields with the save. Skated down low. Shot taken. And somehow that goes in. I don't know. Too many people standing in front of the net. But with 3:36 left in period number 3, T-Birds again go up by 2. Out on the ice, we've got Freitas, Dormer, Banyan, Bennett, and Espirito. Back in the zone, Bennett's got it. Up the wall on the far side. Through and into the T-Bird zone. Dormer's going to chase it down low into the corner. Tied up down low. Freitas comes in to help out. Still in the corner. T-Birds have it on their stick. They're going to skate up and out of the zone. Take the far wall into the Rampage zone. Puck goes down low. Bounces out front. Dormer gets taken down to his knees. Sends a shot.
Blowing on ours too.
And we've got a penalty coming to the Rampage for a trip, apparently. Coming to the T-Birds for a trip. So with 3 minutes left in period number 3, Rampage down by 2. Rampage will be on the power play. Out on the ice, we've got Whitted, Drexel, Root, Sarver, and Lester.
This one. When has this ever worked? Sheets. I always thought my brother was crazy. I tell my mom whenever they would. Yeah. I don't want any noisy sheets. Make sure my sheets are the thing. And now.
All right, Rampage on the power play.
Yeah, I want to get rid of them. Yeah, because they're too noisy. Every time Chris moves. Wide awake.
Puck down low into the corner. Whitted tries to feed up the boards. T-Birds with the steal. They're up and out of the zone. Across the red line, they're going to flip it into the Rampage zone. Quick wraparound attempt. That's going to go in shorthanded. 2:47 left in the game. Rampage down by 3. Out on the ice, we've got Whittingham, Banyan, Friedis, Dormer, and White. Rampage still have 1:47 left of power play time. And we've got a second player going into the box. So we should be 5-on-3.
And it should go in our zone, shouldn't it?
Or I don't understand what just happened and what's happening now.
I was clicking on Amazon because somebody just broke the stick.
Yep, into the zone. Banning to the near side. Puck goes back behind. Battle for the puck down low. Whittingham's in there. And to the far side to Friedis. Friedis makes a move up top over to Banyan. Down low for Dormer. Dormer centers it across to White. Shot taken. Goaltender makes a save. He's going to cover it up. We get a stoppage, and the net's off again. 1:20 left of power play time. 2:20 in the game. Rampage down by 3. T-Birds are going to turn and clear at the distance. Shields holds it up. He's going to leave it for White. White skates out the near side. Up to Banyan on the far side. Up and through. Off of a stick to the near side into the netting and out of play. We'll get a face-off in the T-Bird zone. Just under 2 minutes left in the period. Just under a minute left on the power play. Up to the point, across to Dormer on the near side. Off of a stick, flips up in the air, hits the netting, out of play. We'll get another face-off in the T-Bird zone.
But I'll try it. I'll go back in and try it. So I'm going to be mad if that's all I get.
Battle for the puck down low in the corner. T-Birds pick it up, skate to the near side. They're going to clear it up and out. Shields is going to hold it up. He leaves it for White. White behind the Rampage net. Going to come skating out on the near side. Sends it up to the far side for Whittingham. Whittingham turns. He's going to dump it in from the red line. Puck up to the point. Held in the zone momentarily. Comes back to Sarver. Sarver turns and sends it back down. Keeps it in the zone. Rims around to the far side corner. T-Birds turn and clear. Shields is going to leave it for Bennett. Bennett skates up the near side wall. Judkins fires in. Puck to the far side. Pokes across to the near side. Less than a minute to go. And T-Birds are back at full strength. Puck tied up down low. T-Birds pick it up, skate to the far side. Send it in on net. Shields turns it aside. It bounces up into the netting and out of play. 26.8 seconds left in the game. Face-off will be in the Rampage zone. Out on the ice, we've got Foster, Roberts, Rahosian, Bisley, and Espirito. No, I'm sorry, it's fewer. Rampage win the draw. Bisley skates back behind the net, sends it up the wall on the near side. Up and out of the zone. Back into the T-Bird zone now. Rahosian pinches in down low. He gets tripped up. T-Birds send it up and now clear the zone. Fewer's going to dump it back in. Rampage have to tag up, and that'll do it for the game. Your score after 3 periods is 4-1 in favor of the T-Birds. All right, folks, we'll see you next weekend for the state playoffs.